Good evening. As promised, we're going to convene promptly at 5 o'clock p.m., so I appreciate each of you being here on time.
Students at Virginia State University are getting a taste of life in the business world.
Hello, how are you? My name is Brianna Baggett.
Thanks to a popular program in the Reginald F. Lewis School of Business.
We also have with us tonight a couple of folks who I think you all should be familiar with.
Project Shadow pairs students with local business leaders, giving them an inside look at the day-to-day task of succeeding in corporate America.
How was your day so far today?
Project Shadow is an opportunity for the student to develop a skill set, a learning that you candidly can't do, or at least it's very difficult to do in a classroom.
That's what makes it exciting.
That's because each student is paired with an executive in the field of his or her interest, seeing how the concepts they've learned in their classwork play out in the real world.
I'm going to have you listen on that call with me. She started to develop that talent, so you got to really focus on that one. I'll tell you that right now.
What an incredible opportunity to understand firsthand the value of the education that we are teaching at the School of Business and how it relates to industry.
In addition to specific career-related skills, students learn important soft skills, which include things like assertiveness and business etiquette.
Use your hands to accent what you're saying.
And their mentors can explain how all of these play out in the office.
What she's going to be doing now is she's looking at the big picture.
They're also sharing interesting little anecdotal stories about, well, let me tell you, for example, the other day at Dominion, how I had to resolve conflict or a problem with a vendor.
What it does, it just provides boundaries, and then within those boundaries, they can be very creative.
Or let me share with you at Suntrust how we had to resolve this marketing issue.
How do they find what clients they want to work with?
They either use their portfolio or they go to one of their partners.
Well, you made it on time, so you must have planned ahead, so that's important. So.
Delidia Lawrence spent a day shadowing at Dominion Resources.
Those are Dominion's overreaching goals.
While getting acquainted with the staff, she was brought up to speed on a long-term project now underway at Dominion.
And I was able to completely understand all the information that they presented after asking maybe 3 or 4 questions. Is there anything that you actually do in order to keep that from happening again? What departments contribute to most to actually participating in the diversity? As far as safety goes, are there any sorts of penalties for those that are repeat offenders? I commended Dominion on not only allowing me to ask questions and learn about the company, but also having all of their information so well put together.
That you just can't buy it from anybody else but that company.
Ron Garska, Director of Supply Chain Management, was Delidia's mentor on her day at Dominion. He says that it's a pleasure seeing students gain the confidence and skills they need.
I'm actually in the middle of building a spreadsheet just like this to help others.
But there's something in it for mentors too.
I get to get feedback.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say I would like to commend you on that effort.
I get to share opportunities. If you work out and there's an opening, we'd probably like to offer you a job long term. And based on sharing those opportunities, I get to learn. And that kind of makes it exciting from my standpoint.
Adrienne Whitaker, Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Suntrust Bank, is in her second year serving as a mentor in the program.
Welcome to Suntrust.
She says that it's exciting to see how the experience changes students.
Their development is stronger and stronger.
My name is Brianna Baggett. Nice to meet you.
And so, for me, that's the payback.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maybe someday you'll be working for Suntrust.
Maybe so, I don't know.
That's the reason that you get involved, because you're part of a student's development, and nothing beats that.
Okay, so these clients that she's listing now are those the ones that she worked with?
Brianna Baggett says her experience at Suntrust left her feeling more prepared for a successful career.
What type of things will he do?
She's grateful to Whitaker for her expertise and her honesty.
You're going to learn about being part of a team. You'll get a chance to see how everything comes together from what you learned today.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
What they're trying to sell, what they're trying to win, is new client relationships.
It was something that I'm not really used to, being able to get that advice from someone who's actually already in that industry.
It's really win, win, and win.
So it was something that I definitely didn't take lightly. I definitely appreciated her experience and everything she poured into me. She was very kind with it, but at the same time was not shy in telling me what it is that I need to improve upon.
finish this conversation first.
John Miles Jr. is majoring in Management Information Systems and did his shadowing at Networking Technologies and Support.
John, how you doing?
He says that what he learned has helped him improve the impression he makes on prospective employers.
It's more of an overview of everything.
Okay.
And then this gets down to the specifics.
Okay.
I didn't know how important it is the first 5 seconds that you meet someone.
John Miles.
Nice to meet you.
That is the first impression that you get from someone, and it's just very important for you to just, you got to nail it. If it's a hit or miss. If you have a bad impression, then they're not going to remember you when your name come across their desk again in a form of an interview or a form of a resume or a form of just in a conversation.
Let me take you inside our NERV Center, our Network Operations Center. Sam Paniker, John Miles.
So, sir, how often do we send out a press release?
Bernard Robinson is the president and CEO at NTS. He says that Project Shadow helps produce students who are truly ready for the hard work that comes after college.
It's the difference between truly understanding what's best for your students.
Now, those are very disparate objectives.
As opposed to putting on a program that gets students through a curriculum.
I believe you can get your A+ and your Network Plus right here. That grip should get my attention. It's like, it should be one of those, whoa.
You can get through a curriculum, that's great. The question really is, are you preparing them adequately to get job in industry?
How would you raise the bar so we can compete internationally with newcomers like China and India?
As the program continues to grow, not only are more students seeking the opportunities of Project Shadow, but more industry leaders are asking to come on board.
Anybody want to join me in a round of applause for Paul? They become then our biggest advocates, and they are out there conversing with their buyers, with their business-to-business folks.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Nice meeting you, sir.
It's nice meeting you too. Welcome aboard.
And sharing, hey, have you heard about what the Reginald F. Lewis School of Business is doing in providing access to real-world professionals?
We want all of that.
And the benefits are more far-reaching than they might immediately seem.
Virginia State University is a critical part of the state of Virginia. What do I need to do to create that win-win situation? In helping to educate future workforce, the call is going to be about a divestiture that we're doing, the sale of these power plants. And to educate people that are going to create jobs and build the economy in Virginia. Give her just about a 2 to 3 minute background on how you got to this job.
For VSU Today, I'm Jessica Redwood.